Hey, welcome to the Becomings. I have 21 minutes of space on my phone right now. Okay, this is Monshelle coming to you again, aka Mo, and I have some truths that I want to share about my becomings, which is all about my experience, my journey in this world, in this life. Now, the other day I got upset. I was going through some things and I put up a video that was talking about a lot of shit. And listening back to it, if you are unaware, if you haven't experienced these things, it could sound crazy. But now, after watching the interview and listening to some things, and really thinking about it and taking in some of the messages that's been coming to me about being free of fear, free to create my art, free to express myself, free to share. One of the things that's been going on that has been posing an issue that I can see will pose more issues is this new technology. It's technology dealing with mind control. And now that sounds crazy as hell, right? A lot of stuff, a lot of talks on the news and everything talking about aliens. But I don't think that this is aliens. I think this is very human. It's human-made technology. I believe it's partially dealing with the satellites that's flying around Earth. It has to do with human psychology. It has to do with science. It has to do with the abilities to tap into the human mind. Think about all the technologies that was put together, that was put out there, right? From people who are quadriplegics being able to blow into a sensor and it speak, or having things connected to that head and it being able to speak their thoughts through the machine, right? Technologies. I was watching a video on YouTube a couple of years ago. There's a scientist who was able to take a book, right, and encode this book onto a cell that he was able to hook up to a computer and actually read this book that's on a cell inside of his freaking body. Isn't that crazy? We know that things like even the television, before it came out to the public, motion picture, it was something that the government had for a while, that they figure out how to weaponize it. Between the government and big business, figure out how to weaponize it, how to make money off of it, and how to control it before they let it out. And sometimes it's decades that they're holding on to information before it's let out to the general public. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. That is what stay woke means. When they say stay woke, it means pay attention to the things that are going on around you. The fact that you can be watching TV or watching YouTube and it's talking back to you. You can say something and then the next statement will be a response to what you said. You don't even have to say anything sometimes. You can just think the thought. How many times have you sat and thought about something, a color pattern or something like that, or an idea that you thought was really great, and then boom, you see it in the next commercial? You don't even have to say it out loud. So it's not like at one point they would have you to believe that it's just the microphones on your phone. Like a lot of times you have to have that setting on in order to do like text, talk to text or something like that. And that Google is just able to pick up on those things and they're translating it back. So that means there's somebody on the other end somewhere collecting these ideas and then selling these ideas to manufacturers. Well, what is it when you can just think the thought, though? You don't even have to say it out loud. Just think it. and you're getting responses and reactions to the thoughts. Why is this important? It's important for mind control. It's important that you can't even rest peacefully because they can just send an aircraft overhead, or they can tap into your Wi-Fi, tap into your signals through your device. Bluetooth, you don't even need Wi-Fi, can tap into Bluetooth. All of these are waves, electrical signals that scientifically they have the technology to just be able to tap into and pick up on those messages, right? It sounds far-fetched if you haven't really thought about this, but something as simple as an image. You are watching this through an image that is sent through a signal, through a wave, through the air. It's transported, right? It's picked up and it's decoded, and you're able to see and hear it. The same thing happens with more than just images. It happens with thoughts. It happens when you are having private conversations. It's in your car. It's in your house. It's even when you step outside, because there's Wi-Fi signals all around. On people's phones, in cars, these electric cars, they got all sorts of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Hell, they may have even found out a way where you don't even need the Wi-Fi signal, because these are waves that are in the air anyway. Vibrations that are in the air that's being transported. All you need is a device to be able to pick up on it. And I know for a fact that other people realize that this is going on, because I've had experiences in grocery stores. I've had experiences walking down the street where people are hearing and seeing, and they're having their reactions. Depending on who the person is, will depend on how they feel about it, right? What's their position in this thing? How much do they know? I've had experiences at my previous job where people are coming up to me, coming into the job, as if they are looking just for me, wanting to take pictures with me, giving me certain signals, letting me know that they are aware that they are members of an organization that truthfully I never signed up for, that I am not a part of, but I am aware of certain things because I just know shit. I have friends, I have people that I've listened to, and I remember things, and I'm able to connect things in a way that it seems that a lot of people don't connect these things. So it seems alien to the scientists, to the people that's watching my brain, right? You have sleep studies where you go into a facility and they put a machine on your head, attach it to your head, and they're able to see the different wave patterns, the differences in how your brain works from the time you're awake to the time you're asleep, through the different phases of sleep, to the different activities that you do while you're awake, right? And they study these things. That's well known and accepted. Well, if you have the right technology, you can use those same machines on a larger scale from a greater distance and still be able to zoom in and see a person's brain waves. See what a person, how they're thinking, whether or not they're asleep or awake, except when you get to a certain realm of sleep, then your brain starts moving the same as it does when you're awake. And it's not just one-way communication. Communication is happening in many different ways. It's not just you putting out signals, your brain is working, or you're feeling feelings or thinking thoughts, and you're sending out these vibrations through the atmosphere. No, they are also putting images, putting thoughts and ideas in people's head. You ever get strange thoughts that just come out of nowhere and you don't know where it come from? You just try to shake it off because, it's your thoughts, right? Sometimes your thoughts are not your own thoughts, and not just because you're being influenced by outside sources, but because motherfuckers are in your head tinkering with shit. So imagine a group of people that are highly susceptible to suggestion, to being hypnotized, to mind control, period. Now you have this technological way where you could just get in and easily control our mind. That's crazy as fuck. Those are the robots that you should be afraid of. The people who are so scared, who knows what's going on, but too scared to do anything about it. The people who have no idea what's going on, but they're easily controlled and manipulated. Now you can just flip a switch. Somebody somewhere can just flip a switch and put a suggestion in your mind, and now you're going off to do some shit, to go and kill some people. I remember watching movies that involved like Russian spies, right? And usually the Russian spy was trained from a young age and went through all of this mind control stuff. And then once they're sent on a mission to do whatever it is that they was told to do, because they're just following orders. They don't even know the full picture. They're just following orders and they're living life like normal. And then all of a sudden a code word is said, or a certain scenario is in place, and then they just snap, and all of that indoctrination kicks in, and now it's set off. Now they're assassinating people. They're doing whatever it was that they was programmed to do, that they may not have even been aware of. The same shit is possible, and I believe is happening with this. Those are the real robots that you should watch out for. Not AI, not like an iRobot situation, not the actual machines and technology, but the people that are using the machines to control the minds of other people that are right next to you. The people that you would trust the most, that under their own influence would never do anything to hurt you. Complete strangers that are walking down the street that will probably never do anything to hurt you. But because the right buttons is pushed at the right time, now they're acting out of their control. That is the technology. That is the craziness. That is what's going on in the world. So now they can just do anything and tell you it's aliens. The alien invasion. Well, after all this time and still with no proof, now the government is talking about aliens. Why they try to put out some fake alien bodies and say that it was aliens? I'm grateful for the real alien hunters out there that truly want to know the truth, that was able to use science again to prove that they weren't real aliens. Why they put out videos all over the news and everything saying that it was these super giant tall aliens seen, was it Vegas or California? Who actually was standing there by the building and truly saw giant aliens? What was the aliens doing? Was they attacking? Who was close enough to see if they could just walk straight through it, if it was a hologram or not? Or was it all just technology? Was it just footage that was altered? Because it's all a freaking lie, because it's humans with technology. And they have advanced technology. And there's a lot of things that are not put out to the general public, but if you pay attention, you can see and feel the effects of it. Put knowledge and information together. They keep the disciplines separate for a reason. Learn how to truly connect the dots. This is also an importance of N of 1, and this ain't got shit to do with cannabis. If you never smoke a blunt, never look at a hemp plant, never buy hemp clothes, which by the way, I hope you do. But even if you don't, study yourself. Know yourself. Know what is you and what is outside of you. Pay attention to things around you in your environment. Test it out, see that the shit ain't true. And once you become aware, while you're walking down the street, while you're in a grocery store, while you're just going about your daily business thinking like usual, you'll notice how certain people look at you as if they know you and want to say something to you so freaking bad, but can't for whatever reason. And I'm trying to figure out what that reason is. It's got a lot to do with secrecy and fear. But if this is the age of truth, the age of acting in love, being free, it's got to get out there. They can control the world with this shit. And what have they been doing to the world so far? Are they worthy to have this much power and control? Especially without the general public knowing about it. To be in your home, in your car, in your mind is a total invasion of privacy and a violation of human rights. We know that they've staged shootings for political agendas dealing with gun control, right? We know this. Imagine what they can stage with this. That'll be the next thing once you know. Then they'll say, well, wouldn't you want to know, for instance, if you could be in Hitler's mind and knew what he was planning to do beforehand, wouldn't you want to do that? Bullshit. That's the way to get in, to get your permission for control. They've already been doing this shit without our permission. When they come up with their bullshit excuses, with their fear tactics, stay focused. We don't want them in our minds. We don't want them tinkering with our brains, having that much control over us. It is a violation of your human rights. It is a gross invasion of privacy, which is both illegal and immoral. Peace.